is Lorenzo Stroy. I'm the founder and CEO of Nova Miningverse. We are a gaming company and a blockchain company, and we're creating a collection of games built on stacks, and we're utilizing Bitcoin mining as a way to reward the players. Right now, our main goal is to create a suite of tools on stacks that can help other games and other gaming platforms, as we believe the gaming industry will continue to grow in the near future. We have created a fully customized marketplace on stacks, specifically made for gaming projects, utilizing the stacks programming language. We will also release the first public version of our first game within a week, and we're working on a VR game, a shooter game, which we do have a demo version of it, and it should be publicly available within the next few months. For more details and information about our project and updates, please follow us on Twitter at Nova Miningverse, and thank you for your time.
Hello everyone, my name is Hero Gamer and I'm the SIP resident for Stacks Foundation. SIP stands for Stacks Improvement Proposal. An example of a SIP is actually Stacks 2.1 upgrade coming up, codenamed SIP 15. And the SIP process is how a SIP idea gets submitted, going through different stages until when it becomes ratified. And I'm working on building out this comprehensive process so that at each stage there are many eyes, many group of people with different experience and background vetting through these SIPs. These SIPs are critical to how the Stacks blockchain upgrades and improves, and it requires many different people to decide whether these things should be included or not, or should be approved or not. And we want to have as many eyes in this process as possible. We want to have people submitting ideas too. So my goal is to build out this process comprehensively, but as well as building the support system to help those who have ideas want to propose these ideas. An example of what I'm doing coming up is the Stacks voting 2.1 voting website, working with Mike and Marvin on. And you can find the things I do on Stacks forum too, whether it's to do with the Stacks 2.1 voting or to do with other people's SIPs that they want to propose. You can find things on GitHub. You can just follow me on Twitter too. Maybe find me on Discord. Yeah, and come to the weekly SIP meeting as well. So look forward to seeing you. Bye-bye.
Hey everyone, MattySTX here. It's been a busy month for me. I've been putting the finishing touches on my comprehensive guide to tokenomics, Tokenomics for Builders, covering virtually every aspect of tokenomics that builders and founders need to know. That includes updates to the tokenomics design canvas, updates to the existing frameworks, new frameworks for helping founders think through economic risks and attack vectors that their tokenomics introduce. In addition, that includes tools in Python to do things like custom Monte Carlo analysis so that you can scenario test, stress test various different components of your tokenomics, optimize parameters, right? Check risks. For those of you who are not developers, it also, though, includes spreadsheets. So things like your emissions, allocation, answering all those questions, supply. Those have been done for you, optimized, but you can also deeply customize them very quickly with these pre-built templates. That's all done for you. It also includes sample approaches of how you could think about valuing and projecting out the token and think about what to look for and watch out for and what to optimize for. Maybe you need to tweak emissions, and these type of approaches, these type of sample analysis help you identify what piece of that needs to be changed. So all these resources will be available very shortly. All these resources are ones I've been working on for a long time now. However, this month in particular, I've also been helping work with Alex on some exciting updates they have coming down the pipe. I've been working with the Economics Consideration Advisory Board that I chair to review SIP 15, aka Stacks 2.1. And I've been working with Trust Machines to review some of the economic implications of the peg in, peg out, the wrapped, SBTC that they have in the works to unlock native Bitcoin on Stacks. So like I said, a busy month, and my residency is coming to a close, but it's been great working with you all, and I look forward to releasing these resources soon and getting your feedback.
Hi, I'm Ileana, NFT resident, here to help onboard and support new artists to create on Stacks. Having a look at October, I hosted a satellite event for Bitcoin Amsterdam, which I believe is the first Bitcoin conference in Europe. The point of this was to help increase awareness of Stacks within the Bitcoin community, bring more liquidity to the ecosystem, connect with more artists, and of course expose the NFT projects that are already existing on Stacks. We did this through a VIP panel discussion hosted by Aubrey Strobel, an NFT gallery exposing over 25 different projects, collaborating with Spinning Records, who are a very big Dutch record label. We partnered up with Hero, Maven 11, Flow Trader, Zest Protocol, and Xverse. And we also had some great guests as well. So from Kraken, Binance, Tesla, Lend, FLR Finance. Moving to the Mintery side, we completed cohort 2, and we saw Bandwidth Care and Constant Atelier launch their collections. This month, we actually are gearing up for Hungry Artists, Clear AI, Forest Fairies, and Chiffy Bots to launch. The next cohort will take place in Q1 of 2023. So for now, we can focus firstly on launching the second cohort's projects and also shift our attention from onboarding new artists to Web3 to onboarding artists that are already creating NFTs on different chains. One of the ways I'd like to do that is by testing a campaign approach. So essentially finding relevant moments for artists to come and test out Stacks. I'll be partnering with Gamma to create an Art Basel community challenge. So essentially artists have the chance to win $500, as well as being featured in an event during Art Basel and on the homepage of Gamma throughout Art Basel week. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out. My details are on screen. Thank you for listening, and catch you guys next month.
Hello guys, my name is Robin and I represent the Toggle team. We at Toggle currently developing and further enhancing the Gaia storage system. So today I want to give you a quick update on the Gaia dashboard and the access control and the permission server. So to give you a brief recap what the Gaia dashboard is about, it's a feature that will let the user create the Gaia instance basically just using a graphical interface without having to type any commands whatsoever in a CLI or creating any TOML or JSON file. So that's pretty neat if you ask me. So the status on that one is that the implementation of the backend is fully done. The API stands, the entire backend stands. Also the front-end skeleton is also finished. We are currently waiting for the design to be finished so we can wrap it all up and hopefully ship it in the next few weeks. Next on, I'd like to talk about the access control and the permission server. To give you a brief recap on that, like the permissions, it has been an issue or a topic of our residency since the start basically. We had lots of discussions about it. How should we actually implement it? Is it in the scope of the residency? Do we have to change the Gaia protocol by itself? And we came up with a tricky solution, or a bit neat solution, I would rather say. Basically, what we did is we created a third-party server that is built on top of the Gaia storage system, that provides a graphical interface where a user can access and revoke, grant and revoke access to a desired file to any user he'd like to. The progress there is that the front end is finished, and the API and the backend is currently a work in progress. As always, guys, you can reach us at our socials. It's either Twitter, Discord, or per mail. If you have any questions regarding topics I talked about today or anything else about Gaia, feel free to reach out to us. Also, we're running GitHub discussions on the official GitHub repository of Gaia. So if you want to read more about it, just tag along, and you will find a link to our Notion there. Thank you so much for listening, and hear you guys or see you guys next month. Goodbye.
Hello, my name is Friedger. I'm identity advocate at the STX Foundation, and I'm working on public profiles and verifiable credentials and how they can be used in applications. And I want to show you today how the latest development with the Hero wallet can be used to update the user's public profile. So let's go to the dashboard and create a profile with a name and an image and some description, and maybe also a social link, where we have twitter.com/2016 like this, and then we have a preview here, and we can add NFTs and other links as well. And the main thing is that we want to publish it, and we do this by signing a token with Hero Wallet. So here we have all the data that we just entered, and we publish this now signed with our wallet key, proving that we have authorized, or we want to publish this information. Now if we look at the profile, this is a JSON file, so we can download it here. Let's see, that's number 10. And we see in the profile all the data that we just entered, with the description and the name, and we can also have the NFT here. And I described this information in the blog post, the developer preview, how you use this and how you integrate it with your applications. And if you have any questions, you can arrange a meeting via Calendly, or contact me on Twitter at Twitter@FMDroid. And what I will do next is working about verifiable credentials and adding this to the profile.
Hello all, Harold Davis here, one part of the Stacks Gov Lab alongside Haas. For those of y'all that don't know us, we're focused on research and development of tools that lend themselves to bottom-up distributed power to match what Stacks has to offer when it comes to decentralized architecture. We know this is important for the long-term sustainability of core community values and innovation. But today, we're really excited to announce the upcoming collaboration with the local Stacks chapters. We know this is a huge opportunity for us to showcase what we believe we have to offer at Advox now when it comes to a warm experience into the ecosystem in the official Stacks Discord. Whether a local event-based approach or online approaches, engaging with what the ecosystem has to offer is important as soon as possible. So we have a dedicated team to showing folks into the BTC name system as soon as they come in the Advox DAO section of the official Stacks Discord. We also have an overhauled source code algorithm running in the background, ensuring that when folks come into the Did a Thing channel, they can contribute, evaluate each other's contributions to the ecosystem, and get rewarded at the end of the week based on these contributions from a community stacking pool. We have over 100K distributed so far. This is important for a sense of felt community and retention as soon as possible too. We have Active Issues channel where we work alongside Harvard and Oxford's MetaGov project to have our own governance tools right inside the Discord as well. We have even more dedicated efforts, a big friend, little friend system for chapters folks coming in, ensuring we have this warm experience no matter how much we grow. We have more tools from Haas in the way of clarity. This allows us to have the creation of DAOs, the sending of different crypto to each other, the decision-making for DAOs right inside the Discord for some on-chain experiences as well. So you see why we're so excited for this chapter's collaboration. You can find us at Stacks Advox DAO on Twitter and at voxdao.com. Thank you.
Hi, GM from Stacks Indonesia. I'm MPJ I'm Stack chapter lead from Stacks Indonesia. So we are Stacks Indonesia and we have some progress to share today. And I'm happy that we have some progress and I hope you enjoy our talks. So first of all, let's us introduce ourselves. My name is MPJ. I'm the chapter lead of Stacks chapter Indonesia and we are chapter in Indonesia which has more than 200 members combined in multiple platforms and we are spread all over the country from Jakarta, Surabaya, Yogyakarta, Bali and many more. And our vision is to be number one Web3 education community in Indonesia on top of Bitcoin and Stacks. And our chapter goals is to be the number one go-to place for people who wants to learn about Bitcoin, Stacks, and everything about Web3 in Indonesia and beyond. We also help people to get into Stacks grants and also accelerator. And because our goal is to make education of Web3 more accessible, that's why we focus on content. We focus, for example, on translation and more recently, podcasts and YouTube Shorts, as well as developer app bootcamp. And we have also a couple of updates on our matrices. For example, in Twitter, we have huge increase from about only 200 people following our Twitter account to more than 3,000 of users. We have some stagnant metrics, for example, Discord, because we intentionally not focusing on that area because we have our most used channel is Telegram. And for meetups, we have some small increase because we just held our meetups, which is basically just small workshops on teaching about Web3. And we also increase our content on blog posts, YouTube Shorts, as well as podcasts. That's why there is some little increase, and also then there is some stagnation as well in the YouTube view and hours because we keep producing contents. And if you see here, our YouTube views is increasing, as well as we have also some people interested in us in Instagram, and also we have some increase in our podcast views. Okay, so this is our highlight for today, which is Stacks podcast. We discussed with an expert in blockchain from Indonesia, and we basically talking about blockchain and also the adoption of blockchain in industry, especially locally. And I believe it is inspiring more people in Indonesia to get into blockchain Web3, especially about Stacks. And it will be live on November 3rd because we recorded it a few weeks ago. And it will discuss a lot of things about use cases of blockchain. And if you want to learn more, please feel free to contact us in this channel. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Ileana and I manage programming and events for the Stacks Austin chapter. For those that tuned in last month, you might recall that we wrapped up an in-person Clarity Camp held by Virginia and Daniel from the Austin team. We're going to be featuring some of these camp participants in our Q4 newsletter so they can share their experience with the rest of the community. In November, we're going to host an in-person stakeholder meetup with the folks that have been involved with the chapter since its inception. The point of this dinner is to realign our goals in our programming to match with that of the foundation and ensure that we are growing our community engagement leading up to South by Southwest in March and Consensus in April. To achieve the growth and lead up we're looking for, we're going to start hosting 2 events per month beginning in December. One event will be programmatic and focus on engaging new folks. We'll partner with like-minded organizations or networks to teach attendees something new. The second type of monthly event will be social, so that we can continue building camaraderie amongst the existing Austin Stacks community. We believe that this new structure will help us achieve our goal of regularly introducing new entrepreneurs, developers, and builders to the Stacks ecosystem. If you happen to be passing through Austin or know someone that is, we'd love to meet up or have you join one of our events. You can get in touch by visiting our website. All of our contact information is listed at owl.link/stacksatx.btc. Thanks. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Electra Frost, a director at Digital Playhouse Foundation, the legal entity for Stacks Australia. The other directors are Kieran Nolan and Gordon Christian, with Gordon recently taking over from Kieran as Stacks Australia lead. Gordon couldn't be here today, so I'm getting more involved with Stacks now. I'm the accountant. I'm a creative accountant in a good way. So although we're based in Agnes Water, Queensland, Australia's first digital currency town, our community, builders, participants, explorers, they're spread all down the east coast to Kieran in Melbourne. So Digital Playhouse, social enterprise, like a startup incubator with digital financial literacy education across a broad social spectrum with professional business support. So our goal is to see more Australians establishing new blockchain use cases and building on them. So Stacks Australia is really central to our organisational strategy here. And the goal of Stacks Australia is to provide an avenue from our School of Bitcoin for those interested in becoming blockchain developers, to master the Stacks blockchain and Clarity Code, and for those starting projects and enterprises in the School of Bitcoin to have somewhere to accelerate from. So Gordon and Kieran hold monthly Bitcoin Australia meetups, which now have a Build on Bitcoin theme. Lots about Stacks now. These events and connections are on the Stacks Australia website set up by Kieran. So Gordon also runs coding for kids and NFT workshops using Gamma and other Stacks apps. Our accountants are also interested in digital assets, DeFi, smart contracts, and I'm introducing them to the Stacks ecosystem as well. So to engage with us, please follow this website, stacksaud.org, to Stacks Australia, where you can sign up to our School of Bitcoin newsletter and join our Discord. And to meet us in person, come to Agnes Water, Australia's first Bitcoin beach in 2018. I'll also be at Adopting Bitcoin in El Salvador in a few weeks. So say hi on Telegram in the group chat. Hope to see lots of stackers there.
Hey there people, what's going on? What's going on stackers? What's going on Bitcoiners? Nat here from STX LDN and NFT Clothing Club. We began STX LDN, which is the chapter that we represent, and that is Stacks London, or some people like to say Stacks UK, as we are building out, to do events around the UK, not just in London. So the kind of mission of Stacks London is to educate people on Bitcoin first, coming from a Bitcoin first standpoint, and then showing them how they can utilize Bitcoin and then to build ultimately and create and innovate using Bitcoin through Stacks. So that is part of the core mission, but there are many other facets to that, as I'm sure you can imagine. All of us are building and imaginating, shall we say, as days go by. So the next kind of level to that is the goals, and where we want to reach to is really to the point of creating a Stacks UK hub for people to be able to innovate and learn more about Bitcoin from a Bitcoin first perspective, and then do all of the wonderful things that we've seen in other areas of the crypto space, the DeFi, the NFTs, and just learn really about this space and what they can actually do, the power of Stacks and the freedom of Bitcoin. So yeah, that's really kind of like our goals at the moment. We've done quite a lot since we've been here, I would say, in terms of trying to get events done, trying to reach out to people, network, and get in touch with people. We're also heavily involved with the chapters and Advox programs trying to bring people into the Advox governance lab and bring people up in their learning and knowledge of what's going on inside the ecosystem with decentralized governance, consensus protocols, and the rest of it. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster for the past couple of months, but we're here and we're here for the long term. We're definitely here to stay, and we're loving all of the love that we're getting back and the appreciation from the Stacks community. Where can you find us? You can find us at stxldn.com. You can find us in our own Discord, STXLDN Discord, and if you want the link for that, then you will be able to find it on our Twitter. And our Twitter is twitter.com/STXLDN or just at STXLDN. Thanks for having me, Stackers, on this month's community call, and hopefully we can catch up very, very soon.